Hi, everybody, and welcome to podcast number 2, the Kris and Sam, the Answer Man Show. I'm Kris Daniel.
And I'm Samantha Hickey.
And today's podcast is called What Season Is It? We're going to dig right in here because we know what season it is. Sam, what season is it this time of year?
It is house hunting season.
That's right. Deer hunting season's over, but duck hunting season is still going on. I hear shotguns back of my house every day. People don't know that. It goes back from mid-December to January. But anyway, it's house hunting season. So the big question is, why is January 15th the beginning of the house hunting season, Sam?
That's what I want to know, because I always hear people talking about the spring. March 1st is our spring market. So why would we want to start doing something now, January 15th?
Kris Daniel has the answer today.
Tell us.
Those buyers that have been anxiously awaiting and those sellers that have been wondering, when do I list my house, have been thinking about it all through the holidays and in the fall. And they might have missed their opportunity to sell that house in the fall. Or as a buyer, you may have had some missed opportunities to purchase that perfect home. So now everybody's kind of waiting, and the best cream of the crop buyers and sellers are going to pop right around mid-January.
Yep.
Realtors know that the season actually starts around January 15th, so we're there. It is house hunting season.
Yep.
So since we're in house hunting season, what do we have to tell our buyers and sellers, Sam?
Well, the very first step is call Kris and Sam.
That's right. Call Kris and Sam.
Let's get together. Let's talk about it. Let's strategize.
So as a seller, what's the first thing we're going to do?
As a seller, once we get together, we're going to tour the home. We're going to give you some suggestions on things to fix, paint, things that aren't worth fixing or painting, and stage your home properly. So get it showing ready.
And as far as repairs go, do we need to do everything on the list, or do we just need to get the things done that are going to help show the property?
I would say the latter. Some buyers will be pre-qualified for what's called an FHA or a VA mortgage. And with those, certain repairs do need to be made in order to close. So a few examples would be necessary smoke detectors where they're supposed to go, hand railings on stairs, no peeling paint, GFCIs in kitchens, bathrooms, laundry area. So those are some small repairs that you can do ahead of time to make the transaction go a lot smoother.
What about that new kitchen or bathroom?
What about it?
Is it really necessary?
Sometimes, sometimes not. With big updates like that, you might not get dollar for dollar back on your investment. The house may sell quicker because it's updated. Buyers like updated homes in comparison to outdated homes. It's really a case-by-case basis. What does the rest of the house look like? Right,
and in today's marketplace, prices for materials and labor are so phenomenally high.
Yep.
So if you can cosmetically clean it up, fix it up, paint, new door handles,
light fixtures,
the things that you can do yourself, you want to have some great looking pictures. And that doesn't mean you have to have quartz countertops or brand new kitchen cabinets. It just has to be clean and impressive.
Clean sells.
Right.
And another part of what we do is talk about decluttering. We always say less is more. Take the pictures down, put the knickknacks away. If you're going to be moving anyway, start packing before you list the property.
Absolutely. Get the boxes out and fill them up. And what about the new commission structure? We need to talk to our sellers about how the commission structure works. You want to refresh our memories on what NAR did last year and what they're going to have to do?
Yep. So commission is negotiable today, and in the past it always has been. So we're going to talk to our sellers about why it might be a better idea to offer full compensation to a buyer's agent. My number one reason is you don't want to shrink your buyer pool. If you have less buyers, that means less activity, sitting on the market longer, and a lower sales price. So we're going to talk about the pros and cons of offering full commission and why we recommend that you do.
Right. There's so many buyer's agents out there that will just bypass your property if they see no offer of a commission. You could have the nicest house on the block, but if you aren't offering that commission, you're limiting the amount of people that are going to actually see it, because not because they didn't want to see it, but because their buyer's agent probably didn't want to spend the time and worry about making some money.
That too. And a lot of buyers can't afford that extra 3% on top of their down payment, their closing costs.
Right, our first-time buyers and our young couples and maybe people that are downsizing, seniors, they can't afford that 3%. All right, so now what about meeting with our buyers? What do we want to tell them? What's going on with these guys?
So again, call Kris and Sam.
That's right.
We'll get together. It always starts with a meeting. I think it's good to set expectations, go over your goals, what you hope to achieve. So part of our buyer consultation, as we call it, is finding out your criteria. What do you want in a house?
Right.
Do you need a basement? Do you need a garage? How many square feet? How many toilets? Do you need acreage? How close to work do you need to be?
How much can you afford?
How much can you afford?
What is that price range? What are your top and bottom numbers there? And do you qualify for special programs? That's really important. Could it be the rural district north of 26 Mile Road? Could it be FHA? Could it be first-time buyer money, MSHDA money? All these things that buyers generally are not aware of, we will educate you on and make sure you understand what opportunities are out there for you. And again, let's go back to that NAR deal. What should they know about the buyer's agency agreement?
So it is now a requirement that buyer's agents and buyers have to be under contract before viewing properties. So at our buyer consultation, we like to get that out of the way, answer any questions, and have the paperwork signed so we can go shopping when you're ready.
That is right. What about financing?
So we have several lenders that we know, like, and trust that we can recommend you to. I would say that's step number 2. Step number 1, talking to us. Step number 2, figuring out your financing. You need to know your budget and what monthly payment you're comfortable with. And
you'd hate to have a lender that's going to pre-qualify you.
Yes.
We still are in a crazy market. Inventory is still low. Competition is tough. There's going to be strategy we can discuss with you about how to present an offer, but the main thing is to have that pre-qual letter in your hand when you present the offer. And then you may be competing with other offers, so you want to discuss things like covering an appraisal gap, concessions. These are all things that most buyers have no idea how the mechanics of them work, and it's our job to help you get through all that and be ready to get the house on the first visit because it'll be gone.
Yeah, when you go shopping, you have to be ready to write, ready to compete, have your financing lined up. I just wanted to clarify one thing. So there is a difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval.
Correct.
Kris,
big
tell
difference.
us what it is.
Well, the pre-qual letter is basically just like when you go and you answer a credit card thing where you say, they do a quick FICO score on you and say, oh yeah, this person can qualify for a credit card. But then when you go through finances and you look at loan to value, you look at debt income ratios, you aren't going to make it. So a pre-approval with the right lender goes through all of those steps and assures the buyer that the seller assures the seller that this pre-approved buyer is going to be able to close the deal.
Yep.
Pre-qual letters are like coupons at Kroger. You know, everybody gets one.
Yes.
So you have to go the next step, and we'll show you how to do that too. We'll extrench and get you to the right, lender and make sure you get that pre-approval letter done. So the last thing I want to say is don't wait because in April, they're all gone. The big myth has been March, April, springtime. That's when the house hunting season starts, but
You have to start and strategize ahead of time.
And that's right.
Yep.
And the gun already went off on January 15th. So get going.
It's time.
Call Kris Daniel or
Samantha Hickey.
Right here at JD and Associates. And what's that number, Sam?
586-273-2500.
And don't forget, we've got a catchy jingle. And we'll play it and sing it for you.
Yeah, well, Kris will sing.
Anytime you want. And it goes like this. Get seated here. How's it go, Sam?
I don't know.
If you need an answer right away, Kris and Sam, now don't delay. Kris and Sam will make the plan to buy or sell your home today. Call right now. Operators are standing by.